Now on Eyewitness News at 6, a look inside the mall where a shooting left a local deputy constable dead. And as the war escalates in Ukraine, we're speaking to Houstonians worried about their families back in their homeland. And the battle over the governor's plan to target the trans children and their families, what activists are saying about this push to prosecute those parents as child abusers. But first, we're learning more about the background of the man accused of killing San Jacinto County Deputy Constable Neil Adams.
That shooting happened inside the Plaza Americas Mall, and it sent people running for their lives. ABC 13's Maya Shea spoke to a woman who was in the mall when the shooting began. Maya?
Yeah, I spoke to that worker. She provided some chilling video, but I also spoke to some family members of the main suspect who said that they had no idea any of this going on. They knew yesterday was his birthday, and they speculate he might have gone here to shop for a birthday outfit. This is Chaz Harrison's final few Instagram photos. He is identified by sources as the man who grabbed Deputy Constable Neil Adams' gun and shot him inside Plaza Americas Mall. The photos were taken inside the Casanova clothing store at the mall as Harrison was trying on suits. Minutes later, workers next door had to run for cover. This worker, who witnessed the gunfire and took the video, did not want to show her face. She says Deputy Adams was a constant presence at the Plaza Americas Mall, working as a security officer. Sources say Adams was called to the clothing store when Harrison became agitated while trying to make a purchase. Witnesses describe seeing him after he allegedly shot the deputy, but before Houston police confronted him.
I never saw him before, but it was just strange to me. But yeah, they caught him right in front of our store.
Investigators say Harrison, who identifies himself as an MMA fighter and runs a nearby boxing gym, lunged at HPD officers who then fired, killing him. The tragic shootings have not quite sunk in San Jacinto County, where Adams was beloved by coworkers and friends.
Just yesterday morning, I saw him. I was like, "Hi, Mr. Neal," and he waved back and went about his day. But who would have known yesterday would have been my last day seeing him?
Never imagining a routine extra job would turn deadly.
We're devastated. Not only the law enforcement community, but the community. We're small. We're a small community. So anytime we lose somebody, it hurts.
Meanwhile, relatives of Harrison say they're still waiting for police to tell them how the tragic events unfolded. Plaza Americas Mall, though, is already back open. Maya Shea, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
Now, we went to Cold Spring to find out more about Deputy Neil Adams. We learned that he began his career as a dispatcher with the San Jacinto County Sheriff's Office. He went to the academy and worked as a county deputy for 8 years, and then he moved over to the constable's office. His widow is the treasurer for the county.
2 days after we shared video of this special needs student being beaten on camera at school, 2 aides who did not stop the attack are now gone from Aldine ISD. The January 25th attack right here was caught on video at Jones Middle School. 2 special needs students were fighting, but the staffers were standing next to the students and did not stop the attack. Aldine ISD says after an investigation, the district no longer employs the 2 aides. The boy's grandmother said she met with district officials and demanded the aides be fired.
Well, another chilly day in southeast Texas, and now some parts of our area could see near freezing temps tonight. Chief Meteorologist Travis Herzog is here now with a quick look at the forecast. Travis?
Gina, the Arctic front stalled out earlier today, but there's a renewed push of Arctic air coming down the plains. Follow those streamlines up northward through Dallas, Oklahoma City. That is the air that is heading our way, and the freeze line is already almost back into southeast Texas. It's 35 in LaGrange, Brenham, College Station, 36 Huntsville and Conroe. Tomball's at 38. It's 40 in Katy. Or rather 40 in Houston and 36 in Katy, 53 currently in Galveston. We do expect the freeze line will make its way back into our northwestern counties, and if there is any light drizzle, mist, light rain shower, it's possible there could be some minor accumulations on vehicles and road signs and things of that nature, but the roadways themselves are probably going to be fine. It's just going to be downright cold in Houston tonight with lows above freezing, but in the mid-30s, and we're really not going to warm up very much again tomorrow as the clouds hang tough across this part of Texas. So as we go through the evening, the temperatures will slide into the upper 30s and hover there through the night. At any point in the night, there could be a brief light rain shower, and those rain chances going back up this weekend as the cold air sticks around. I'll have more on that and when the sunshine finally returns coming up in your full forecast.
You got it, Travis. Thanks a lot. Okay, you just watched ABC's World News recap the latest developments in Russia's deadly invasion of Ukraine. President Biden telling the nation that this was an unprovoked attack on a sovereign country. Biden and European Union leaders are going to impose severe sanctions against Russia. All this coming as Ukrainian citizens are fleeing their homes while fighting spreads across their country. Well, here in Houston, ABC13's Pooja Lodia is speaking to Houstonians worried about their families back home. So what are you hearing, Pooja?
Well, Eric, we are right now at the corner of Westheimer and Post Oak, and I want to give you a look around because I can tell you it is cold out here. It just started drizzling, but there are still nearly 100 people out here. They say they had to be out here because they want to show support to the Ukrainian government. Now, we have spoken to several people who have relatives back in Ukraine. They have not heard from them today and are, of course, very concerned. But out here, we have also seen many people who don't have direct connections to this country. They just came out here because it means so much to them.
I know I will bring them back, but will my Ukraine look the same as it did? I don't know.
My father was in World War II, and I grew up thinking a war like that could never happen again. And I see it happening.
As you can imagine, this is extremely emotional for so many people out here. I want you to show you some of the signs out here. His mask here says to live is to fight, and we have seen so many versions of that. We have also seen people here from other countries who are holding up signs showing support to the people of Ukraine. And let me tell you, everybody out here who we have spoken to says that they are going to continue to express their concerns, and they are going to make sure that people here in Houston know what they are going through. Reporting live, Pooja Lodia, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Our hearts go out to them. Pooja, thank you. Well, Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo has now lowered the county's COVID-19 threat level indicator from level 1 down to level 2. The judge said this is coming as positive cases and COVID-19 ICU populations are decreasing. Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner also announcing today that masks are no longer required for most city employees or anybody visiting city buildings. Health officials still, though, advise you to minimize all contact unless you are fully vaccinated, avoid medium to large gatherings, social distance, and wear a mask. This comes as the rodeo prepares to get underway. ACLU Texas says it's been receiving an uptick in calls from concerned parents of trans youth wanting to know about their legal rights. This comes after Governor Abbott directed the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services to investigate gender-affirming procedures for those under the age of 18. ABC 13's race and culture reporter Rosie Huynh joins us live from Houston to explain what they say the legalities around this order are. Rosie?
Gina, I spoke with an attorney with ACLU Texas who says that the Texas Attorney General's opinion and Governor Abbott's directive does not have any legal standing. Now, he understands why a number of parents are concerned given how vague the letter is, but he says there's a number of protections in place before any child would get taken away from their family.
The opinion that Ken Paxton wrote is quite confusing and poorly written.
Brian Klosterboer with ACLU Texas says there's a lot of uncertainty around Governor Abbott's new directive about gender-affirming procedures for trans youth. Although he argues there's no legal standing for it, he worries about other repercussions that could come out of it.
There is a possibility that someone could make a mistake and that people might now turn against each other, which will lead to more bullying and harassment for transgender youth.
Back in May, conservative organization Texas Values told the Texas Tribune, quote, "When you allow children to make decisions regarding life-altering treatments and procedures, when we won't even allow children to buy cigarettes or alcohol or drive, there's an issue that needs to be addressed." But Klosterboer disagrees.
This care is also nothing new. It's been going on for decades. Every single major medical association in the country and those here in Texas have found that this type of medical care, which for young people only typically involves puberty blockers and hormone therapy, is safe and medically necessary.
He says the order doesn't change Texas law and cannot override the constitutional rights of Texas families. He says he suspects this is a political move by Governor Abbott during election season, meant to invoke fear in doctors and parents of transgender children.
It's playing politics with the lives of trans kids. It's leading to more bullying and harassment across the state.
Now, I asked Klosterboer if this directive is enforceable, and all he could answer me with is, "We are monitoring it." I did reach out to the governor's office for comment, but have not heard back. Reporting live in Houston, Rosie Nguyen, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Rosie, thanks for the update right there. Okay, up next, amid the fight over the Spring Branch ISD school board elections, we're speaking to parents who say there are more pressing issues the district should be focused on. And a man says he got the runaround trying to get new plates for his car here, so he turned to Ted. Why it took so long to get the plates for his new ride. Then coming up at 6:30, we're taking a closer look at the CPS report on the death of Kendrick Lee. Now, he's the 8-year-old boy who was severely abused, and his remains were left with his brothers for several months.
And we are watching the traffic continue to build on the Katy Freeway. 2 lanes closed inbound at the Houston Avenue Bridge. An industrial spool, actually 2, have run into the bridge, and so they are trying to clean up and assess the situation. West Loop to downtown at almost a half hour. Let's take a look at what's happening here, too. This is the South Loop at Kirby. Barbecue cook-off begins tonight, and we are certainly seeing the traffic build up around NRG Park on Kirby, Fannin, and eastbound at those exits at Kirby and Fannin.